Welcome to the Tony Frida Show. Tony Frida here, and this is my first installment of a weekly feature that I like to call Thought Crime Thursday. So if it's Thursday, it's Thought Crimes, and hosted by yours truly. Uh, on this 4th of July special edition of Thought Crime Thursday, I'd like to talk about America. God bless America. Well, God, we could use some blessing at the moment. We're in a crisis, a period of crisis, but that goes in alignment with this idea that was brought forth by the writers Strauss and Howe, the idea of the fourth turning, that every country or civilization goes through four separate epochs or eras. They call them cyclums. Each cyclum is like 80 to 100 years. So the first turning is the revolution, right? The revolution, American Revolution. This is a period of confident expansion. The nation is starting to feel its strength, and it wants to expand. It wants to grow. It's understanding its place in history and flexing its muscles, right? That was the onset of America. And we had a republic. And as Benjamin Franklin said right after the forming of the republic, you have a republic if you can keep it. And we did a bad job, and he was right. We didn't keep it because it's all gone. The things that made America special, the idea that the individual can have power against the king or the government, that the king can't just kill you without any probable cause or without you committing a crime, and having jurisprudence and being able to air grievances with the government, a representation of government that actually represented the interests of the people, right? This is a revolutionary idea. And we gave it all away, as Benjamin Franklin predicted. The second turning is the awakening. And that was expressed in our country as the Civil War, right? This is a period of rebellion and a period of questioning the old order and a period of massive unrest. And the Civil War was that, obviously. Third turning, 80 years after that, what do we have? We had the Great Depression, the World Wars, 80 to 100 years. That cyclum or period is called the unraveling. And obviously the whole world was unraveling. It wasn't just the United States, but the Great Depression questioned the whole idea that does capitalism work? Because it didn't work for a lot of people. So a lot of people started moving towards this idea that maybe something more collectivist based rather than individual based would work. The fourth turning, which we're in now, is not good. It's not a good turning. This is the period of ultimate crisis, right? This is like, in the course of a human life, is when you die. So we could be approaching our death and resurrection. To look at Christian terms, where we become something better, something greater, but we have to die to be reborn. And everybody's talking about fascism, right? Is America fascist? Well, as an artist, I like to go back to where did that word come from, right? Fascist was a Roman word and symbol. It was a bundle of sticks tightly roped together. And that is a collectivist idea that any one of these individual sticks you could break. But together, if you have a bunch of sticks and you tie them up, you can't break it. So the collective is stronger than the individual. The individual is weak. By grouping together, we have power and strength. That's the derivation of the word fascism. So it's an ancient Roman term. That's the Latin word for it. People throw that around now like they don't even know what it is. I mean, they don't know what. And then Mussolini wanted to resurrect the Roman Empire. And this is another interesting part of fascism. It's called palingenetic ultranationalism. So palingenesis is rebirth to a former state of glory, right? Mussolini wanted to bring Italy back to the glory of Rome, right? Trump wants to make America great again. So that's the part of fascism that nobody talks about, that there's this ultranationalistic palingenesis. So it fits that we're in this place right now. Now, obviously, I'm hoping and praying that whatever happens in this mega crisis that we're facing, which I think we're rapidly approaching with this technocratic prison grid that's being built around us, and we've just given away all our rights. The Fourth and Fifth Amendment, right, where they had to have some sort of reason, to take your data, your personal effects, or look in your house, or look at what you're doing, or listen to your phone calls. That's gone. We gave it away in the Patriot Act. They said, no, we have to be able to glean all the information from everybody at any time, whether you like it or not, whether you committed a crime or not. We don't care, because Al Qaeda and because the bad terrorists are going to get you. So we gave away our birthright as U.S. citizens to live in relative freedom, where the stormtroopers just can't come and steal our data and knock down our doors whenever they feel like it. And we're there now. They can do it. They can easily do it, and they'll be on the right side of the law because we let them have it. We took away our own power and gave more power to them. Not smart. And me and a lot of other people have been warning about this for 20 years. But we're here now. We're here. And what are we going to do about it? I think all we can do is educate, inform, expose the truth about these flock cameras that are going up everywhere to just suck our data. The license plate readers not only are reading information about your car, everything about you, they're accessing your phone data, and they're taking everything every keystroke. I met the former technical director of the NSA, William Binney, and he told me the NSA has everything, every keystroke you've ever typed, even the ones you deleted, they got it. Okay. So this idea like that, they don't know what's on Hillary's emails because she hit them with a hammer. Like, they know. Okay. They know everything you've ever done, every website you've ever gone to, every word you've ever typed. Okay. And conversations you've had in your house, because there's microphones intercepting the data too. Your data is being intercepted, everything you do. So watch your P's and Q's. It's too late for me. I'm on every terror list there is because I'm a thought criminal. Hence the title of this segment, The Thought Crime Thursday. But I just want to talk about my family a little bit, my American story. My family came from Italy and Poland about 130 years ago. They came through Ellis Island. And they were not handed free health insurance or free housing or food stamps. They got nothing. All right. They didn't have a penny. They believed in the American dream, though. And they believed that, like people all over the world do, that it's better here. At least you got a shot, And that's what I love about America. Like, at least you got a shot. If you're smart and you're hardworking and you're dedicated, at least you got a shot. It's not a caste system. Nobody's holding you back except yourself. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, my ancestors lived really hard lives, really hard. My great-grandfather was a longshoreman down at the docks, and they basically sacrificed. My grandmothers were seamstresses working in literal sweatshops. My grandfather worked in a sweatshop, and they called it a sweatshop for a reason. He was a steamer. He would be over a hot steam iron all day long, steam freshening shirts. He would be soaked, totally soaked. And he'd wear a white shirt like this. It would be wet as if he got sprayed with a hose. And it was noisy, and there were 50 sewing machines going all day and steamers, and it was hot and it was miserable and it was really hard work. But they were making sacrifices that I have to honor today, and we have to honor the sacrifices that were made by our forebears, because they were hoping that their progeny, their children, their grandchildren could have a better life than they did. That was the promise, right? I work my butt off right now, sacrifice everything, but my ancestors, my progeny will have an opportunity to live a better life than I am. It's the ultimate sacrifice that a parent makes. And they did it, and I'm trying to honor it by everything I do. I think about it all the time, like the sacrifices they made, and I'm eternally grateful that they did come to America, and that I have a shot, if I dedicate myself and work hard and am intelligent about it and diligent, I can succeed. And I believe that's the American dream. And I still believe it's possible, but we've given away so much. We've given away to these dirtbags, the Epstein class, and the technocrats, and the transhumanists, and the fascists. America has become fascist because, and it's not just Trump, okay? That's ridiculous. I mean, Biden was every bit as fascist as Trump, because, if not more so. I mean, it's a merger of, the Mussolini also called it a merger of state and government power. And we see that with all of these government contractors who are like Palantir. They're all in on this surveillance state, right? They're building the flock cameras and the data centers. And the reason they're building these ginormous data centers is because they're absorbing so much information from every single thing that every one of us do, that they need buildings, the size of Cleveland to house all this information. And it's disgraceful. I mean, it's going to come to a point of civil disobedience, so we just have to physically stop them from building these cameras and building these surveillance systems, because they're building a high-tech prison around us. That's not the American dream, okay? That's not the little house with the picket fence. This is enslavement. This is digital enslavement. And just through successive approximation, it keeps getting worse. The noose just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter around our neck. And eventually we won't be able to have a free thought out of fear of retribution. We won't be able to go where we want to go or say what we want to say, and that's slavery, right? I mean, that's what it is. So I have hope that whatever this crisis is coming, if it's a world war or massive depression, or it's, the aliens are coming, Project Bluebeam, I don't know, but everybody feels it, right? You feel it in your gut. The fourth turning is upon us. And I hope that we can be reborn and be better. We can be great. And not in this corny make America great again, but in the true essence of the spirit that America was founded on, the highest ideals of the founding fathers, right? These guys are really smart guys. I mean, and I think they were earnestly trying to create a republic that was something different than the monarchy system that had enslaved Europe in a different way for so many centuries. There's a lot of debate about that. I know they're Illuminati, they're Masons, they're just trying to form a different sort of kleptocratic prison system. But at least there's always a chance that we can succeed. I mean, look at how many people succeed in this country. And against all the odds, my own family, people brought up with nothing, and they clawed their way to something. So my hope and prayers are that we as Americans live up to our potential and not just beg on our knees for our rights, but demand them. We should demand them. And anytime and anywhere we see them being violated or thrown in the garbage out of fear of terrorists or fear of a disease, it's fear-based mind control. This is MK Ultra stuff used writ large across the entire nation. And now with technology, they're programming it into our brain. Fear-based mind control. Be afraid, give away your rights, give more power to us and less power to you. And we fall for it every time. 9/11, we fell for it. COVID, we fell for it. And they know what they're doing. They understand human nature. They understand that if we're afraid, we're more easily manageable. They think about us as livestock, okay, that need to be managed and eventually culled. So I don't like the term sheep, but it seems apt. We seem like livestock. And we have these Judas goats. So like in a slaughterhouse, they train a goat. They call it a Judas goat. And they train him to go into the slaughterhouse, and he has like a little back door at the end, and he gets a reward. And all the other goats follow him into the slaughterhouse, not knowing that they're fellow little goat just led them to their slaughter. So there's a lot of people online, in government, in corporate America, and especially these influencers. Like, don't trust me because, well, I'm okay. But I think 80% of these people are being paid. They're compromised. And it usually starts out where they're well-meaning, and then they become popular organically, and then the real influencers come in, right? The deep state, foreign actors, corporations, and they will use these persons as a mouthpiece. They either compromise them with honeypot stuff, or they threaten to kill their family, or they put $50 million in a Swiss bank account, right? Or all of the above. And a lot of people, probably 80% of people, are going to take the deal with the devil. I'm broke, so you don't know. Nobody's paying me. You can be sure of that. If I was rich, maybe you should be suspect of me, but I ain't, okay? I'm just a struggling artist, educator, professor, and now podcaster. And I just want to say, God bless America, because, man, do we need it, God. And I hope you listen to our prayers. We need it more than ever. We need divine providence. We need your grace. We need to transcend all of our tribalism and all of our fear. Fear is the negation of the life force. It's against God. God doesn't want us to live in fear and pain. The devil does. God gave us life. The devil wants to give us an endless death without hope. And we have to listen to the angels. We have to listen to our inner voice, the good one, telling us to be better, telling us to demand a shred of human dignity and respect and have it codified into law. It's supposed to be we the people. Everyone in Congress is insider trading and looting the country. I mean, they found trillions of dollars of our tax money that we broke our ass to pay these dirtbags, and they use it to make themselves richer and pay off their friends and bribe people and God knows what. They found one congressman, he had like $50 million worth of gold bars in his house. I mean, I'm sure it's just he found them or something. It's like, I mean, the corruption is, I think the number is definitely the biggest in human history, but the corruption is demonic and monumental. And we have to demand better. And we're going to do that by transparency and exposing these Epstein class dirtbags crimes and demanding justice. All those files need to be released. Every single one of them. And I don't care, Trump, if it embarrasses you damn friends. They're demons, okay? They're baby-eating scum. Good, expose them. You want them as friends anyway? So you're a Christian man. You're pathetic, dude. I mean, what are you doing? You're protecting these dirtbags who raped, and ate children? Those your buddies? Well, then you're no buddy of mine. So, this is my little friend I made. Let me see if he talks. I'll say one last word. God bless America. Okay. Peace. There's my thought crime. And happy 4th.